Well, hello. At first I thought I'd be really sly and actually tell you the name of this plant. And I am sorry, my light, I will be doing a review on this light because it won't stay on. Alright, hopefully you can still see well. I'm talking about this one right here. And it's called like a Tanzania or something. But basically, it's called a pink quill. And that makes it the simplest thing of all. I'm going to show you, basically, I picked up another one. How could I help it? He was crying out for help. But as you can see, they have two different leaves. But they're in the same family. They're all in the Bromeliad family. And I will link below when I separated my fire stick, I call it, which was my Bromeliad. And how it was that you separate them out. I do want to say that I should have watched maybe more than 20 videos because I should have waited until they were at least a third to a half the size as the mother plant. And I looked back on my video and it looked like maybe they were, but like, see this one here? And this is my new guy. I don't know if you can see that very well. But he already has a couple of pups on him for me to take. But they're clearly not even big enough. So I'm going to wait for the top quill to die off. And then we'll deal with that. This one here did not put on any new pups for me. So I'm not too sure what he's going to do. What I'm going to show you is how to care for them. Because they're each kind of different. This one isn't that much different from the Bromeliad, but this one here needs more of a foliage watering. So what I'm going to do is try to set the camera up so that I can have hands. That's always helpful. And we're going to sterilize our clippers before we start. If you've had the problem I've had with mites and any other kind of thing, you will understand why it's so important to take that little extra step every single time. So give me just one moment. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to do the best I can here. But basically, you can use alcohol, hydrate peroxide, bleach. I think vinegar might work, but anyway, you just really want to clean off, you know, the part, and you know what, you might as well just go ahead and wipe the whole thing down. You got it in your hands anyways. Now, this little plant here, he's going to need a little bit of trimming, and I try to cut it so that they're at an angle. I wonder if you can see that. To me, anything dead is a breeding ground for something to come along and eat off of it. And this is the pink quill. Again, I can't say the botanical name for it, but it's in the Bromeliad family. Bromeliad. Okay. And as you can see, he's got a little bit, you know, down here. So we're just going to clean him up. These all have the same basic need for the soil watering. I do have him in a clay pot. I will be repotting him once his pups come on, but he has none. This is just clear water. You want to give it a really nice soaking twice a week. So just give it foliage spray. It's an air plant, actually. So it doesn't really require for its roots to be wet all the time. And I see something more to clip off. Hang on. And then again, I hope you can see. I'm going to go ahead and thoroughly water him. Till it runs out the bottom. And I really hope this, I'm learning as I go here with the video. And I'm going to go ahead and let him sit in his little clay pot so that he can drain and I can put him back. I have them all sitting, well, basically in the same area. I'm going to adjust the camera for the next ones. There, I hope that gives you a better view. Now again, even though they live in the same area, same zip code, I'm going to go ahead and sterilize my little clippers again. I'm still battling that little mite or whatever problem I've got. Now these ones here, and I picked him up, really couldn't beat that price. Because he's pretty much at the end of his season, not better taken care of as he should have been. So, I don't know if it's just to make it aesthetically pretty or if it's simply because I don't want any deadness to attract any kind of bug that's going to come and want to eat it. And I hope you can see that. But the most important part here that I'm going to show you in a second is how to water this properly. You want to do the same thing I just did with the other one as far as the soil goes. But see, this is one pup. And I have to wait for that pup to get, you know, at least half the size of the mother before I take it. But I'm going to go ahead and take off the dead stuff here. And I thought I saw it had one more little pup here somewhere. Oh, here it is. And see, that one's much bigger. So, with that said, I hope you were able to see that. But I'm going to show you the most important part, and that's the way that you water these. There's a little cup inside where the flower comes out of, and if you simply pour it inside that cup, which I hope you were able to see. Let me bring in a little closer for a second. You see? You want that to be kind of a little pool. And I'm going to go ahead and set him down in the water and thoroughly water in his soil. And I'm going to let him sit for a little bit so he can make sure he gets a bunch of it in there, because we're going to spray him. He's a newer plant, so he's going to end up getting a spray down like the rest of them do, but you know, his foliage requires a little bit of water as well. Now while he's sitting there soaking, I'm going to talk to you about my bromeliads that I separated. And, you know, they're doing pretty well. The moment you see new leaf coming, you know that it's happy in its new environment. And these two have to be watered from the very middle. But let me give this one a second so I can pull it out. Now I'm not going to put him right back into his pot, because I'm going to want him to fully drain first so that I don't have a problem with root rot. Again, with the sterilization of the clippers, because I have a few things on here I want to cut off. I'm just one of those people who doesn't like to have, you know, a lot of brownness and stuff. But I don't have to water this soil like I water the other soil. He's happy. Actually, same way. I hope that you can see this. Of watering right into the middle. And all over my floor. But so far as I get the middle part of the plant, having its little drink of water, and then I just lightly water the soil around it. And I'm not going to set them in there. I'm just going to let them drain. And these all live underneath the same kind of, it's not ambient light because there is some pink there, but it's a lower light. So let's set him to the side to drain too. Again, with the sterilization of the clippers. I can't tell you how much headache this is going to save you in the end one day. If you ever end up with the problem that I've had. This is his brother. One's named Peyton Manning, the other name's Von Miller. Unfortunately, I don't remember which one's which, so all of these, as they propagate, will just become different members of my team. Broncos fan. Anyway, we're going to give it the water the same way. Hopefully you can see. Oh, I reuse so many containers. And I just want to give them a little bit of water on the top. Not a whole bunch, I don't want to soak it. Now I did add a little bit more soil than it had when I initially did the video. And as far as a new leaf, there's a small little one in there. But they're not really fast growing. They are fast blooming though. So basically, I'm going to take you over, give you a better view. So far those are my bromeliads and pink quills, and this one isn't exactly pink, but I think it was through blooming. See, there's blooms that are inside of the quill. But we'll wait for him to die off completely before we try and separate and propagate. But, you know, if you have any questions, you might want to, any plant like this, where there's not a whole lot of video and a whole lot of information on, especially this one that has the funny name, that's going to be in my description of the video. But I'm also going to link that they're all in the Bromeliad family, which would make things a little bit easier for you. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You have a lovely day, and it is the day before Easter, so you have a wonderful Easter. But you won't see this video till after Easter. So I hope you had a wonderful Easter all the same. You have a great day, and I will as well. I'll talk to you later. Bye.